Hello, everyone. We are going to be painting a Goetic Warlock from Trench Crusade. The model itself is from Demo Models on My Mini Factory, and we're just going to have a good time. I'm not the best painter, but I do enjoy painting now. My buddy, who has been a painter for a long time, has taken the time to, show us how to do it, and I am very thankful. So, yeah. Let me just finish one other thing. There we go. All right. One more thing. Sorry, I'm trying to get my windows adjusted here, just so I can see everything I need to. There we go. All right. I use Citadel paints from Games Workshop, but this isn't a paint tutorial. It's just I guess chill talk and paint. I figured why not, since I need to get this done anyway. We won't be doing the base on this stream. I'm going to be doing that off stream, but I will try and post the finished results. Gotta shake up the blue really nice. But maybe I should do the red first. Sorry, still no face. That's probably not going to happen ever, but I appreciate you being here anyway. So, first off, let's get some of this red. It is Blood Angels contrast paint. We're just gonna get it in here. And in here. I like contrast paint because it makes shading and everything really easy in one go. Let's clean this up just a little bit. Kind of pull some of that red out. Don't want it pulling too much. I'm sorry that you can't see the model itself that clear. I don't have a great webcam. I never thought I'd need a webcam, so I've never really delved into them that much. All right. So just kind of showing, we got these two little, it looks like cushions from a throne or something. I'm just going to paint that red, but primarily the rest of it's going to be blue and gold, because this is for a Knights of Avarice warband. And I could have gone the purple and gold, but I wanted to be a little bit different. So yeah. I have to say, I am a unfaithful, unholy player. I really like the Court and Heretic Legions. Okay. The key to contrast paints that I have found is you want to apply relatively heavy to really get that shadow. But I'm also trying not to get it in the red areas. Really don't want to have to go over that again. And it is fine to be very generous in the application because it will fix itself. Okay. I also went ahead and did a zenithal highlight before with my airbrush, just because that really does aid with, this is Talisar blue, and it works with zenithals really well. So, okay. How's everybody's day been? Mine has been pretty good. It was so good, in fact, I'm like, hey, why don't I just chill on stream instead of doing whatever else I could have done tonight? With what time I had left, that is. Normally I play Pathfinder on Fridays, but I was busy today, so... let's get a little more on this bottom cloak. Just to get that nice, deep royal blue. Yeah, there we go. That's a nice deep blue. We'll let that dry for just a little bit. I don't want to move it too much because I'm afraid the contrast will kind of pool where it shouldn't. Again, sorry, I know that the camera's not the best, but that's kind of like what we are at now. The key to contrast, other than being very generous with its application, is making sure it pools and goes where you want. Let's actually add just a little more right there. There we go. Get a nice blue, deep blue recess in there. And over here too. No, don't lighten that part. We only want the edges lightened. And again, I am not an expert painter or anything. I'm actually very inexperienced compared to my amount of time that I've played war games. I was always more of a I can buy more miniatures with the paint money kind of person. And because of that, I have a lot of unpainted minis. And that is my fault. It's just a little more there. Let's come in here with a little more. Oh, come on. Contrast also dries very fast, so you have a short time where you can kind of play with it. But that is also why I love it, because you don't have to worry about being perfect necessarily. Okay, we're just letting that dry a little bit. So Demo Models of Greed series really leans into the lore of Trench Crusade. Since Mammon, the archdevil of hell, took over Egypt, they have an Egyptian undertone, and I love it. But then again, I am just a sucker for anything Egyptian, uh, like the mythology of Egypt, I should say, like ancient Egypt. Um, like in Smite, I really liked playing the Egyptian gods. Oh, I missed something there. A little bit. Let's just clean that up now. I think it's dry enough I can go to the rest of it. Let's go to the back. This is going to be one of my easier warband models to paint just because it is mostly metal and cloth. A lot of the other ones have not been like that. Again, just make sure you get a lot of that contrast paint on there. Otherwise, you're really going to see your brush strokes. And you do not want that with something as thin as contrast. We actually moved to Trench Crusade from 40K because despite us playing it for over a decade, it finally priced us out. Plus, the campaign rules of Trench Crusade is just really fun. It's probably my favorite campaign rules for any miniature game that I have played. Okay, we're getting that blue going real well. But I need to add more over here. It's a little too light for what I want. And it is really catching my brush strokes, which I also do not want. There we go. Again, Talisar Blue works really well with Zenithal highlighting. I did quite a bit of research into which blue would. I first went with Ultramarines Blue, and that did not turn out how I wanted. It covered up the Zenithal way too much. There we go. Nice and heavy. And I know this isn't quite compared to my previous streams, but I want to branch out a little bit. I'm very passionate about tabletop miniatures, tabletop gaming in general. We play Pathfinder, as I said. We came from 5th edition. Then with the open gaming license, we went back to our first game that we played, which was Pathfinder. And it just so happened that 2nd edition had just come out around, or was becoming popular around that time. So we gave it a shot and we love it. We've played Malifaux, Warmahordes. We've played, like I said, 40K, Age of Sigmar. We've played, trying to think here. Oh, Infinity, duh. How can I forget Infinity? That's such a good game. We've played One Page Rules, which is our primary place we use our 40K minis now. Oh, come on. There we go. Got past the red. On the parts that are going to be gold, I'm not being as careful because gold will cover this up well, but the red I do not want to mess with because contrast does not cover contrast very well, at least not these lighter ones. Okay, get more down here. Perfect. Gotta Gotta get up under. Let me get a better lighting view. You're not really going to see under him with the base I have planned, but I like to get the detail done anyway. Maybe I'm just superstitious, but like, oh, if I don't paint him, maybe he won't perform as well. And I hope you guys can hear the music. I tried to get that set up for this stream. I haven't done that before, so I'm just doing my best. Oh, this is really starting to look good. I like this color of blue because it contrasts with the gold really well. Hence the name contrast paint. Oh. No, that's not why. I'm just being dumb. But that's also my specialty. I'm very good at being dumb. Let's try adding a little more here. There we go. And then let's just get a little bit here where the red is. Avoiding getting any on the red. Perfect. Let's just clean that up a bit. Then for the robes, all I really have left is the inside of this small tabard. Then I think we're good to go to the next color. Ooh, got some of the contrast higher up on my brush than I wanted. There we go. Let's get that inside of the tabard done now. Ugh. The lighting is not playing well with me. No, let's go down there. It's finally the weekend. That's always good for everybody. And except if you have to work the weekends, then I'm sorry. I'm not trying to rub it in. I've been there. I feel your pain. Okay. Maybe just a little bit of blue there. And a little bit there. Sorry, I pulled it off screen. So yeah, this is kind of how it's looking so far. Still drying. I think we're going to go to... let's do the Balthazar gold next. There's just one little part that I want to paint that color, but it is an important part. Actually, no, we should do the black tubing. Got my Abaddon black. Not a lot of tubes, but still. Get that black there. Like I said, don't need a lot. Let's just get 2 little scoops. I do wish GW would switch to dropper bottles. That would be wonderful. But they hate me, so they won't. Plus, if we were more efficient with our paint usage, then they wouldn't sell as much. And that would just be a shame for them. Let's just get that clear. And then And let's get those tubes. Like I said, there's not many. It's mostly just right here, but it is important. Oh, it does go all the way around, doesn't it? That should be good for that one. Then we just have this one. Really, the Zenithal's only there to help with the robes. And also, it's a good guideline even if it gets covered up. There we go. Like I said, not many tubes, but nice to get them out of the way. Ooh, I forgot to grab a color. Yeah, we'll go with Rhinox hide. Just to get these belts around his mid-waist. The other nice thing about contrast paints is you can always go back and go over it again if it doesn't quite get what you want. Because they are automatically thinned. There we go. Got the Rhinox hide. So yeah, what's your guys' favorite war games? And what variant of those, if they have any? I am a huge fan of Trench Crusade and one-page rules myself. My other buddy really likes Infinity. And we all like the aesthetic of Malifaux. Okay, come here, you. Let's get these belts painted. Oops, sorry. It's a little bit off camera. My eyes aren't great, so sometimes I try to bring it close to my eyes. Okay. There we go, perfect. Oh, there, that's some good lighting. I'm not a fast painter. And you don't have to be. The important part is to constantly move forward and learn and enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, what's the point? And it doesn't have to look perfect. My first models for my warband were far from perfect. But now I'm getting to the point that I'm very happy with how they're turning out. Okay. Almost done with the belts. Nice thing about brown is it covers things up very well. And while I was doing this, I realized, oh, there's some cloth under his helmet or head or whatever that's supposed to be as well that I missed. And that's the other nice thing about this is sometimes you can find parts that you missed or details you didn't notice. There we go. Perfect. I'll go fix that mist robe. There you are. Just right up under his head. Pretty big one to miss. And I am shocked I didn't notice that it was robe. For the Zenithal, by the way, I used, I think it was Vallejo, black primer, thinned it down, put it in. Let's see there. Missed just a little bit right there. And then for the white, I went in with, I believe it's called Corax White from GW, thinned it down. Oh man, that wraps around a lot more than I thought it did. There we go. That should be all the blue for now. Ooh. Apologize if there's some flickering lights. The overhead lights above aren't doing the best. Okay, I think from here we will go with just starting on the gold. Honestly. This is my first time listening to this music, by the way. So if it's not great, sorry. Please let me know. I'm a huge fan of hip hop and chill, or the lo-fi, all that. It's very relaxing, helps me focus. I'm gonna need quite a bit of gold because his whole body is essentially gold. One more good scoop. There we go. Clean that off. Pipette. Let's get a drop. The metallic paints, I found that if you water down too much, you will regret it because they tend to get really runny and they don't cover as well. Dry off my brush and let's get going on this gold. I like to work from the feet up. I'm weird. Probably not the normal way to do it, but I don't know. I think his hops need some love first. Oh, sorry, took it off screen again. Not used to painting this far away. And I will probably have to take him off screen a few times just to get a good close-up view. But I will try to leave him on here as much as I can. Yeah, that's a really nice gold. Like here, I'm gonna have to bring him up close because it's getting close to that blue cloth. I don't want to accidentally paint on it. Got that leg getting good. Let's work on this other leg. I like gold. If you know that movie, you're a legend. It was a very brief reference, but if you know it anyway, you are a king, queen Whatever you want to be. Oop, got a little, it won't matter that much. You won't be able to see. Okay, hold on, sorry. This under the body stuff is really close to the cloak. Oh, missed some there. Promise you I'll show it once I don't need to look quite so closely. There. See? His other leg's doing good. Trying to get a good angle. Oh, no. Sorry, I have my webcam hanging above where I'm painting, so it is not a natural way to try and figure out how to bring it up closer. It's actually about as jerry-rigged as I've ever made anything. Oh, come on. Get that gold in there. Perfect. Again, trying not to get any on that blue, because that would be a pain in the butt to cover with the blue again. It's not a glamorous life working for Mammon, but it is an honest living. As honest as someone who worships the legions of hell can do. Okay, that's that leg, I think, pretty much done. So let's just finish up this other leg. Forgive the person dying in the background. It's my fault. I did not get her water that she could bring in here. Ooh, that's a nice golden leg. That you will never see. But I have to do it because I have OCD. And I can't leave it unpainted. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I'd have nightmares. No words, you didn't paint me. Ooh, I'm going to roll ones. You're going to die because you didn't paint me. You missed one spot. Alright, that's enough of that. Hey, that blue should be covered up. There we go. No, no, cover up. Cover up. Don't want to see you on the gold. Okay. I think that's it for the legs for now. So let's just do the trim on this other side. Real quick. And underneath it as well. Like I said, not going to see it, so might as well just paint it all solid gold. Oh, I didn't see you. Another hidden detail. If you guys are working on painting projects as well, please do tell what you are painting. I want to know. I want to know. I want to hear. I want to taste it. Breathe it. Believe it. It's a little light there. My bad. There we go. Missed a spot. Okay. That's all that. Let's start working on these fingies and the hand. Why? Because limbs first, then core body. What? That's just how I do. That's just how I do. I gotta say though, I would not want to hold hands with this guy. Pretty sure just doing so puts you at risk of losing a finger or two. He's got some grippers. I know that's usually said in reference to feet, but I think it's the only accurate way to describe what this man has for fingers. Other than like being Edward Scissorhands. But Edward Scissorhands is very nice, and this guy is not going to be. Turns out, when you work for Hell, they don't really care about you being great. As long as you get stuff done and follow their instructions. Because heaven forbid they have an OSHA program or HR or anything. Actually, the funny thing is, there's a unit in the game called Wretched. And for Heretic Legion specifically, well, no, it's in both. Never mind. They have a rule called Law of Hell, where if they kill an elite, they're freed automatically and are gone from your warband. Because they prove themselves worthy and earn their freedom. So Hell isn't that bad in this universe. They'll be like, hey, yeah, we drugged you up and your chance of succeeding wasn't great, but you did it, so be free. You can trust us. We're only demons. Can't be that bad. We've seen the people you elect in your churches. Looking at you, Trench Pilgrims. Oh, look at all this beautiful gold. Mammon is happy. I knew it. I missed some. Always some. Get a little more paint. There we go. That's that hand. Good and golden. Sorry, wrong hand. Good and gold hand. Again, it's not going to be the easiest to see, and I apologize. Probably won't stop apologizing. But I appreciate you being here anyway. Let's just get his head taken care of. Because that's going to be an easy thing to paint. Not a lot of issues with getting paint other places with this head. Oops, sorry about blowing into the mic. Using a headset, so. Alright, let's get under that chin. Give him a little getcha goo. Just like a baby. Because this guy's my baby. I'm creating him right now. There we go. Nice, nice. I'm not getting enough paint on the brush. That's my fault. There we go. Nice and gold. This is probably going to be a quick paint, since I'm not doing the base on stream, but that's fine, because after this I'm just going to hit it with a wash, a dry brush, and that's pretty much where I want it to be. Now let's get these shoulder pads. Might have to put more gold on the palette. My wet palette is made literally with a tray from a big breakfast from McDonald's, some paper towels, and parchment paper, or cooking parchment paper. So it's really easy to make, and my God, has it served me well. Like, seriously, get yourself a wet palette if you do not have one. You are missing out. It enhances the life of your paint that you put on the palette so much. Let's get more gold in there. Up under here. Oh, more. Yeah, I probably did not get enough gold out. I thought I did. Here, let's reset the brush. Starting to get some dried gold on there. That's not great. Let's start working on this other shoulder pad. Get what's left of this gold. May look like there's a lot, but the problem is it's pretty shallow. Gotta say though, this is turning out pretty good. If I do say so myself, and I do. Once I'm done with this shoulder pad, I'll give another close-up of the mini so you can see the progress, if you want, that is. No reason you have to, but options are nice. Rarely is having more options bad. Not saying it can't be. Very nice. All right, here we go. Now his shoulders and neck and head are gold. There's not really a rhyme or reason in the order I do things, other than I just feel like doing it. Like, oh, that part looks like it would be fun to paint. I'm gonna paint that part next. Get the little necklace around his neck, which is obviously going to be gold. I mean, what else would it be? Silver? That's insane. Okay, let's get his back. Oop, got a little on the sash. Trying not to get any on the tubes. Oh. This is getting tricky. That's why I'm going so quiet. Because I do not want to mess this up. I do not enjoy going back over things I've already painted. Sometimes you have to, don't get me wrong. Nobody's perfect. Very rarely do you get it perfectly done the first time. Doesn't make me enjoy it anymore. I think after this brush load, I'm gonna go ahead and add that extra gold I keep mentioning. Yeah. Don't have enough, unfortunately. I just put too few. That's all good. That's why we keep it out. 1 and 2. That should be enough to get her done. Oh, got a bot. Give me 1 second. There we go. Sorry about that. I was too engrossed in my painting to have noticed that we got invaded. Clean the brush off one last time. Get the excess water off. And let's get going. Oof. This side is not as easy to get where I need it. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Very nice. Let's get these big spiky boys all golded up. Yeah, that's a verb now. Golded up. Aw, his other big spike's a little messed up. Adds character to the model. I 3D print my stuff on my own, and sometimes that just happens. You think the entire print went great, and then just one little detail was like, nope, can't have a perfect model. That would be a crime. You put all these hours into printing me. How dare you think I'd be perfect? Courage. You're not perfect. Got a little ASMR in there. Also, you know, it's a fantastic show. Love Courage the Cowardly Dog. It's a shame it got canceled or ended or whatever. Oh, well, messed up. Gonna have to go over that with Blue. Oh, I missed some spots on this shoulder pad. Imagine that. Oh, even on his arm? Man, I'm horrible. Sorry, dude. You almost went with a lot of stuff unpainted. Well, we caught it. That's the good news. Oh my god, that leg. I just realized it was way too light of a coat. Oh, and I missed under there too? My gosh. I'm failing. Well, I think we're good to... First, let's just go over that one more time. I think we're good to finish off this other hand of his, or arm. Oh, missed a little bit there too. Don't be like me. Be better. Don't mess up ever. You know, it's my favorite advice in games is, hey, just don't get hit. That's how you get better. If you don't get hit, you can't lose. The next campaign we do, I think I'm going to try Iron Sultanate though. Try my first non-hell aligned faction. We'll see how that goes. I don't know what I'm gonna do without my archdevil sugar daddies. There we go, that's nice. Almost completely gold. Let's just cover up some of the lighter areas. And it's really just these fingies. But yeah, this is going to be the focus of the channel that I stream. It's going to be Digimon games, painting, and probably some of the TCG for Digimon. I'm not very familiar with it. I haven't really played much, so I figured it'd be fun to learn on stream, and you guys can make fun of me for being a noob. Tell me every single play I miss. Never let me live it down. Okay, I think that's about good for the fingers. Oh, nope, missed the inside of that one. Oh, missed the outside of that one. It's hard for me to tell. Oh, I missed that one almost completely on the underside. Very nice. That's a whole lot of gold. Oh, there's one other spot that needs to be gold. These little buttons on his sash. Very nice. Now I'm going to go clean up some of the blue that I messed up. There we go. Get that brush clean. All the gold out of the bristles. I didn't really mess up much of the blue, but I still want to cover it up. Because where I did mess up, I'll know it's there, and that's a problem. Good enough. Now let's get that Balthazar gold for the one little spot that I want it. Then we'll do the eyes, which are going to be glowing green. Oh, done with this. Get that out of the way. Trying to organize this. Actually, I don't need Ledge Belcher like I thought. There's my scoop. I like using Balthazar gold for like brass and stuff. Could I get an actual brass color? Yeah. But why would I spend that money when this works just as well? And I'm nothing if not thrifty. One drop. So yeah, if I have time, I'd like to do one of these streams every week as well as my game one. But this one's going to be just a little bit harder to fit in than that. Nice, nice. Oh, hold on, let me get the lighting I need. There we go. Perfect. And like I said, that was the only little spot I needed for that. And then lastly, we just need to get those eyes. Pretty sure, yeah. Looks good other than that. Oh, no, gotta go over with the black a little bit. Well, at least that's an easy color to cover up with. It's like, oh no, I got some stuff on black that I'll never cover up. Psych. There we go. Start with some warpstone glow. The black I use, by the way, is Abaddon black, Balthazar gold for the brass, Rhinox hide for the sash, Retributor armor for the gold, as well as the Talisar blue and Night Angel's red contrast. Got Leadbelcher out just in case, but I don't think we're gonna need it. So now we're going in with some warpstone glow. Get nice and green eyes. I'm actually going to only go with one scoop of this and then a drop. Oh, got a hair there. We have cats, so the hair gets everywhere. Then let's just take a little bit of water. Perfect. And then I'm actually going to get a little bit of a finer brush. At least a finer point. Because it's a really small detail. Do I even have one with a finer point? That's good enough. Good news is if I get it a little bit around on the gold, it's just going to look like it's glowing, which is fine. Let's get a little more on that eye. Perfect. I thought I was going to need to go in with moot green as well, but I think that's as much as that detail is going to get. And I think now we just really let it dry. I'm going to take a real quick once over. Yeah, I think we just let it dry and go over with the shades. Move these over because I won't need them. And this Stormhost Silver is what I'm going to use to dry brush the gold. Then I'm going to use probably Scrag Brown for the sash. And I have Hoeth Blue somewhere that I like to use. Well, I'll try Lothran Blue to add just some extreme edge highlights to the cloak. That should be the only dry brushing I do. So first, let's just go with the Crimson Careborg Crimson to use on those cushiony parts that we did at first. Oh, which one's the... There we go. No. We'll use this one. Just to really add to those shadows. Don't get me wrong, the contrast already does a good job of that, but this is just going to help a little more. There we go. That's it for that. Very small details, but important nonetheless. Ooh, I'm not actually going to need to use Seraphim Sepia. I'm not going to need to use Null Oil like I thought either. So, just got the Agrax Earth Shade that I'm going to use for the sash, and then I like to use Reikland Flesh Shade for gold. It makes it very warm. There we go. Oh, wait, no, I want to use the Angrax on... No, I'll use Null Oil on the tubing. So there we go, that's what I needed it for. Getting close to that gold. There we go. Perfect. Then let's get that Nuln oil for the tubing and such. Always make sure to shake up your shades. I didn't when I first started painting, and I got a glossy finish to almost everything. Not what I wanted. Nice. Just a little bit of black. A little bit of Nuln oil here and there. Some spilled where I didn't want it, so let's just collect that with the brush. Ooh, got a hair there. That should be plenty. Oh, I see a spot I missed with the gold. Let me touch that up real quick. There we go. Bit watery, but hey. It'll cover what I wanted. Okay, I think all that's left is the Reikland Flesh Shade on all the gold. Then some dry brushing. Just so you can see where he's at now. Again, not the best, sorry. Let me see if I can't get the light on him a little bit. And this is just going to be a real generous helping of gold, or Reichland Fleshshade. Actually, I want to use you. There's a lot to cover. You know what? I'm pretty happy with this music. Very chill, which is what I wanted. No, no. Need a little bit more on this side of the foot. Cover all the underneath. Oh, beautiful. Let's get some on the trim. Don't think I missed any. Oh, a little bit here. Let's just fix that up. A little bit over here. There we go. Let's do the hands and arms next. Out of all the paint that I got stuck on my finger, it is the green, the one I used probably the least. It's crazy. It's not that this guy is hard to paint, he's just lanky. That makes it a little bit annoying. Need a lot of different angles to see everything. Oh, sorry, he's off the picture. Oh, that arm's pretty good. Shoulder pad. I have shaky hands, I apologize. Nice. Oh, gotta get up under here. Gotta get all the gold, you know? Get that nice, warm, fleshy tone. Excelente. spikes. Ooh, I didn't even think about the head. And the neck. Oh. Hold on, got it. Change how I'm holding him. Oh, sorry. Bring him over here more. Be very careful not to get this shade into the eyes. I do not want fleshy eyes. Ow, he's spiky. Now let's get his neck. Very good, very good. Under his head. His chin and joint. Then we just got this other arm. Oh, there goes that. There we go. Let's get under this side. So we can darken that up. There we go. Okay, now it's just this one last arm. How hard can that be? I say with dread. Oh, took him off again. Again, it's so hard. Because I'm so used to painting right up next to my eyes, even with my glasses. More death. We here at Fort Knollworth often die from coughs. It is probably the most common uses of extra lives. Okay. Now just to hit the necklace and the other beads. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. There we go on that. I think I already got the ones on his back. Yeah, I did. Just go over them once more. There we go. So now we just let this dry, and we will go to the dry brushing. The last part. I think getting this guy done in about an hour and a half is a new record for me. Just get him up. Sorry, here. Let me try and... Ooh, no, over this way. I can probably at least start dry brushing the cloak. Now I will warn you, I'm still relatively new to dry brushing, so it's probably not going to be perfect. There we go. Oh, there goes the lights. Oh, they're back. Okay. I'm not going to bother holding this up to the camera because you're not going to be able to see how light the dry brush is. So I'm sorry. There we go. Get a little bit more. Get a little bit more on this side. And move to the front. Nice, nice. Again, it's not going to be super noticeable, but it doesn't always have to be. The important part is that it just does what we need it to, which is make the edges look a little more light. That should be good for that. So now we just clean that off. Then we'll do the Scrag Brown and then finish with the Stormhost Silver and get the armor done. Oh my gosh, this blue does not want to come out. It is being real stubborn. There we go, that should be most of it. I'm gonna do this a little bit off stream just because it's such a small part. There we go. That's that done. All that's left is that silver. And getting this out of my brush, which is the real hard part. My goodness. Does not want to come out. There we go. Ooh, very nice. Let's make this neck pop out. And these coins, or sorry, the necklace. Ooh. The silver clothes. Don't do that, silver, I need you. Gives it a really bright, nice edge. I love it. Really makes the details pop. Okay. That's the shoulders. Let's do the head. Perfect. Let's just get the tips of those. Get that. Let's get his feetsies. Very nice. Sorry, I'm really focusing in, so I'm not trying to be quiet. I love it when a plan comes together. Let's turn him over. Get this side of this foot. And this side of the leg. I think we're good to start. Hold on, let me just get there a little bit. Yeah, it should just be the small gold pins and coins. And then his arms. Okay. Let's just get these fingers. My goodness, these arms are going to be annoying. It's what I signed up for, though. Did I have to do this? No. Is it going to look better for it? Hopefully. Oh no. I broke his spike. The one that was barely hanging on. Well, now I don't have to worry about it. some nice bright silver. Just how we like it. Oh, I didn't get that spots, huh? Get his other arm now. All right. And I think once we get this arm done, that's also where we're going to call it. Because that's pretty much the miniature. And all I have left after that is just do the base. And I am doing that off stream. There we go. I think that is him done. Very nice. Here's the best I can do for showing you guys. I'll try and take a picture and show him better. But that's just a real fast way to get a pretty good looking mini if I do so myself. Gotta refreshen up those spikes though. There we go. All right. I think with that, guys, thank you for joining me with this. Thought I'd try something a little new. And I hope you all have a wonderful